why Watchmen fans don't need to be worried about HBO's TV adaptation. Should fans be worried about Watchmen's HBO TV adaptation? Well, if IGN likes it, probably. You can't put a whole lot of stock in what IGN enjoys much anymore. They've more or less become a sounded board for SJW crap in gaming and movies and just anything else they feel like. Let's see. Nothing ever ends, Dr. Manhattan tells Ozymandias at the end of Alan Moore's seminal graphic novel. Written at the height of the Cold War, Watchmen was only grown in relevance as comic book adaptations have all but taken over film and television in the midst of the United States' own renewed tension with Russia, not to mention a whole mess of other nations. Already getting political. As the current administration keeps showing parallel after parallel to that of the Richard Nixon. Oh my God. But no, they cannot keep their opinions out of this stuff. They can't. It's already, well, it's the parallels to Richard Nixon. The backdrop was the Cold War because that was the big thing going on. We don't even have anything nearly as bad as the Cold War going on right now. We just have a lot of screaming libtards in everything running their mouth, pretending like it's the end of the world. And it gets old. Parallel to that of Richard Nixon, who is on his 4th term as president when the graphic novel begins. Oh, so Trump's going to be on his 4th term because, soy and all that bullshit. Now is the perfect time for an arbiter of great television such as HBO to see how Watchmen works for modern audiences. It won't. It's going to be horrible. It's going to be nothing but liberal SJW garbage. And I'm just... this article makes me not even want to watch it. I'm bucking it just based on this. Leading the charge creatively speaking is Damon Lindelof, the mind behind Lost and Leftovers. I didn't watch The Leftovers. I watched a little bit of Lost and got bored with it. While the former fell victim to demands of network television, the majority of fans found dissatisfying. Yeah. The latter, though, little seen by the masses and all but ignored by awards. I wanted to like The Leftovers. I really did. But I could not. I mean, there was just nothing I could do about that. I tried. Lindelof recently posted on his Instagram that principal photography for the Watchmen pilot has wrapped. Papered with updates about the show's fascinating cast choices. Oh yes, tell us about these cast choices. Tell us about it. Jeremy Irons is the only one I cared about. And that was just because it looked like, honestly, that's going to be like old Ozymandias. That's really what I'm looking at with that. And, I mean, other than that, I don't really know most of these folks. Dawn Johnson, I know. I mean, Regina King... apparently she was on Leftovers. I don't know much about her either. I'm really hoping they don't just full on libtard out with this and start swapping sexes and genders and the biggest thing is, if I tune in and like the owl's a different color, or the second owl is an old man in a different color, and you just did that because diversity, I'm done with you. I'll pull the plug. You've lost me. I love The Watchmen. I loved it. I loved it when I was a kid reading it because I couldn't believe they let me read something like that. I mean, there wasn't warnings on books, so. But I loved it when I was a kid. I didn't mind the movie. I've got like the 4-hour cut floating around here somewhere. I still haven't watched it because I don't have a whole day to give to it. It's just, I just see this going bad. Because that's the state of the world we're in right now. These people want to take stuff like this and twist it to further whatever they're wanting to get out there in public, and it's just getting really old. Like I said, I'm going to take a wait and see approach with it. If they don't get just too horrible with it, like I said, they're off on the wrong foot with me already, because I don't trust IGN with their show stuff anymore. I don't trust them with their movie stuff. Movie reviews from IGN are as good as toilet paper. I can't deal with it. Game reviews are getting as bad. And like I said, it's just, I don't really feel like a movie game site is a place for opinion pieces. And it seems like every time I get on IGN here lately or go to some of these other game sites, these people feel the need to vomit their opinion all over these sites. And I don't need it. I don't need, why? You go to a message board if that's what you want to say. I mean, go to the comments on here. It's nothing but a hot dumpster fire. That's all it is. The comments on IGN are nothing but a dumpster fire. And I mean, 90% of it is them roasting roasting the authors of these articles, because they make these stupid articles. Like, I mean, I can practically taste the soy just reading this. I mean, it's ridiculous. I just, why you wanna mess with my movies? Why you wanna mess with my memories at that? You know, Watchmen wasn't a perfect movie. By no stretch of the imagination was it a perfect movie. You know, and I accept that. It was a watchable adaptation. But don't, at least it was, you know, somewhat faithful. What you're getting ready to do is more garbage. I don't know. If you've got a different opinion, let me know in the comments.